We're so sad that we can't be there to physically give you a hug. So this is going to be our way of welcoming you in. We hope that you have your, might not be an RCC mug, but your coffee in hand, and that you're joining us, tuning in live just before our service starts this morning.
Yes. We are here to welcome you, even if it's not physical. I'm missing that, human interaction, but, just see our smiles. We're greeting you this morning.
If you are tuning in, then you are live on our Facebook page this morning. And so we want to let you know that you can actually post a comment.
Yes,
and we can welcome you
us
by name, which will be really exciting for us.
Yes.
So please do that. And if we don't get to it immediately this morning, we will definitely be doing that later.
Absolutely.
If you're a first-time visitor and you're tuning in for the very first time, then we just want to welcome you. Normally we would greet you and show you where our coffee is and give you a gift. So Susan made a good point earlier. We're going to hold our gifts this
week. We will hold the gifts. We are not giving them to anyone else. We will have your gifts here for you.
So what you can do in order to receive that gift, just shoot us an email at office@readingcitychurch.com, and we will get back to you and welcome you and take you through our new normal process.
Yes, back to normal.
So we just want to give you guys an update. In case you missed some things this week or haven't tuned into our website or Facebook pages, there's definitely been a lot of stuff going on that's new. So we wanted to show you that and also just bring you all of our Reading City Church updates. So, in case you haven't seen it yet, it's on the screen behind us. Most of this stuff will be. We have a brand new RCC COVID-19 page, and this is, it's awesome.
Super informative.
Full of resources, right? One of the things that we love about it, and I know you've seen this because we've all been looking at it, is that we are creating a way to still be the church and to still help our community by creating, there's going to be buttons. One right now is just to sign up. If you can do things like drop off groceries or prescriptions for people, if you can go to their property, you know, you don't have to go in the house or anything like that, but, just maybe stand and pray, or maybe just call them on the phone. Especially for people who are at high risk or aren't going out to get their own groceries or maybe need prescriptions and things like that.
And I think it's super important at this time because I think it pushes us out of our comfort zone a little bit too, to really see and hear out the people who are in need during this time and really push ourselves to go out there and help them too. And this is a great resource to do that and actually be able to push ourselves more into helping our church community or just our regular community. So.
No, it's true. And I love the idea. And so we already have a base because when we put this up, we've now had about 10 volunteers sign up. So we wanted to let you know that we needed that first, and we're going to be unveiling on Tuesday what we're calling our need button.
Okay.
So then if you have a need of any kind, you want prayer, you need a phone call, you could use groceries, you need a prescription pickup, any of that kind of stuff, you can literally go to the website, click on it, and it will send us a notification, right, that we can send to our volunteer base, and someone will contact you and come and do that for you. So that's super exciting.
It's awesome, and it's just so convenient, and it doesn't you don't have to go through a million obstacles to get something that you actually need from someone.
Right.
So it's super helpful.
Yeah. So we're really excited about that and can't wait for that to just be live and for us to be able to be the community when we still,
when we can't actually physically be with each other, but
and we're going to the grocery store in gloves and
yes, exactly. We'll drop it on your doorstep, whatever you need.
Yes, absolutely. So that's our resource page, and we're really excited to show you that. The other thing that you should just know, which obviously I think we've made this pretty obvious, is that we are following all of these CDC, recommendations. So right now we aren't having services for at least 2 weeks. That takes us to April 5th right now, which is currently Palm Sunday and our next potential live gathering.
Yes.
However, we do not know if it will be 2 weeks, and I'm sure that if you've been following the news or anything, you've probably heard that the New Jersey has already implemented a shelter in place. And they are asking their local governors as well of other states that are surrounding them to also do that. So it's possible
Could be a little longer.
that this could get tighter.
Yes.
And that this could be longer. So anyway, we will keep you up to date on that, absolutely. The other cool thing,
Yes.
did you happen to see it this week?
I did, yes. And as I was scrolling through, I honestly didn't realize that the Thursday morning that we were going to start doing this, but as I was on Facebook, I saw Vince. So, yes.
Live, right?
Live, yes. And then I think I saw Wade pop in at some point, but but I thought that was awesome. I mean, it's just a nice encouragement, a short little encouragement on a Thursday morning if you're able to hop on the Facebook and, hear a nice devotion. It's just uplifting, and especially during this time, you just need uplifting right now.
So it's a short devotional, and just a time to connect again in like a face-to-face kind of way with Pastor Vince, which is really great. I'm so excited that he's doing that. If you didn't get to see this week, Psalm 46 was the one that he had done in the devotional, and it actually had appeared as, it was up on our Facebook page, just like one of the verses in Psalm 46, but it's an awesome psalm. And, he was just talking about the whole psalm being so awesome, and just taking some time to really go through it and let your soul, just rest in it and accept it and the Lord's promise. And so it was just really awesome.
Yeah.
Love it. We're so excited for Vince to keep doing that.
Yes, absolutely.
So we hope that you're tuning into that. That is 10:30 Thursday mornings.
Yep.
And we'll let you know. I mean, that will go on as long as we are completely
Yes.
virtual at this point.
Yes.
So hopefully that you will tune in next week. The next really exciting thing that we want to talk about is our blogs.
Yes.
So tell me about your experience with the blog.
So I absolutely love, I know it's a couple different people writing. I know you, Sarah, wrote the financial one. I know Amanda wrote the immunity community, and they're just so informative. And for yours, I'm not a numbers person. I'm not good with money. And the way that you put finances in such a spiritual and connected way for me is just so nice. And the financial health assessment, I did not take it yet, but I plan on it. I'm kind of nervous.
Don't be nervous.
I do plan on taking it because I think it'll just kind of put money in a different light for me. Because like I said, I'm not a numbers person. I'm not good with that kind of stuff. But I'm excited. And your blog was just super informative. And then I read Amanda's, and hers was so good. I don't know if you guys got to read it yet, but it was just about saying the church, it doesn't have to be a physical body for us to still be a church. And I think that's so important to note right now in this time. And she was just talking about how we can still act as a church even through social media or phone calls or texts just to our loved ones and our church family, which right now is the time to be doing that kind of stuff and to really putting ourselves out there to the people that we love, even if it's not in a physical way.
Right.
So I thought her post was also really, really good. So if you guys haven't read them, definitely do that. I'm sure you have some time at home at some point.
Yes, most likely. The other thing, which you may not know this about Amanda, but I'm pretty sure at this point she has taken the spotlight for being able to create virtual game nights, which they've already done several of them.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
I didn't know this.
Believe me. If you want to know how to do a virtual game night with your friends, you need to contact Amanda.
Very, very
They
good.
already have it down pat, and I know they already did too this week.
That is
Anyway,
such a
she was
cool
telling me
idea.
about it, and it was hilarious.
I love that idea. Very nice.
So yes, just one more thing for you guys to be able to do. I feel like we're probably going to end up doing that.
Oh
this
yeah,
week.
absolutely. Absolutely.
But actually, the first one that I read was the one called Tuning In and Tuning Out, and that one was written by Dale. If you don't know who Dale is, she is our prayer warrior and prayer ministry team leader. She wrote an excellent piece this week just about being able to tune in to what our spirit is telling us. And I feel like that's especially important now in a time where it's very easy to panic. When you look at the news and when you look at or read about all the things, that are going on. And we've never been in a situation like this, right? It was funny because I was listening to a couple people who are several generations older than me, and they're still saying, we've never been through anything like this, we've never seen anything like this. And so it's not limited to this is the first time for our generation.
Exactly, yeah.
Even. This is all across the board, and I think people trying to deal with it, it can be really hard. I know I was in denial for a long time.
Yeah, because it's so unknown for all of us too, and when you have the unknown, it can can be really scary.
It can be scary, and if you're a person who really thrives on constantly being around people and constantly being close to people, it's kind of like taking your life away.
Yeah.
In a way. You have to do a complete reset. And that was one of the things that she had talked about in the piece, was allowing yourself to feel all the feels, right? Everything that you're feeling, just recognizing that, understanding it, being in tune to it.
Yeah.
And then once you've tuned into it, to just wrestle through some of it with God and ask him, in this season, what does peace look like now? And not only that, but then just being able to create anew, right? Create a new thing. And she talked a little bit about the Sabbath and how they had been doing that for like 1 day a week, and just it's a day of rest. And I think this has thrown people. It may not be a day of rest as much as we would like it to be, because we're scrambling. Like you're completely revamping how you work.
Yeah. I mean, my whole work is being around multiple people all day long, maybe at 3 different locations, but now I'm home and possibly like going to virtual therapy now, and to me that's just so disconnected. So I have to rewire my thinking now and just pray for that guidance and that reassurance that I can still do my job even through a computer at this point. So
absolutely,
it's definitely a whole new world.
It's a whole new world, but it was a really great piece. I highly recommend reading it. And then just doing some of the exercises, and just sitting back and really kind of contemplating, and instead of being fearful of creating something new or being taken out of your old routine, to actually just make a decision, right? That this is something new, but God's still going to work in this just as much as he was there before. So that's really awesome. I loved it. I actually loved both writing and reading everybody's pieces. It was wonderful.
Those are all good outlets. And I mean, again, if you're just looking for something to read or something informative, these blogs are just really eye-opening. And they're not long, and they're easy to read. They just get to the point. So
yeah. So in the one that I did, I had highlighted a few books. I don't know if you saw that. It was at the bottom of the blog.
I did.
So these are the books. What I did was I wanted to give people some resources, right? Because the entire, what I'm trying to do for the finance blogs is really help people if they've never had a financial plan before, or they've never had a budget, or they've just never operated in a way where they were prepared for a situation like this. And so even if you are in a situation like this, you can start from scratch. And if you have more time on your hands, now's a great time to do it. So, oh, that's a cue. Yes.
All right, we need that cue, right?
We could go on forever. So just the 3 books that I had highlighted on there, I happen to have hard copies of them, and I'm totally willing to lend them out, or order a couple for the library if anybody wants to come in. You can totally order them yourself. I think Amazon actually has most of them. But the first one is Your Money Counts, which is a really awesome book. It's a biblical guide to earning, spending, saving, investing, giving, and getting out of debt. It's kind of just a great conversation to start with. And a lot of the practical, very practical exercises will be following. Okay, so I think that's it for today. The If Gathering is going to be holding a virtual meeting today. Please email Women's Ministry at Reading City Church if you would like to tune into that. That is happening at 11:45. So we're going to dismiss you to the service and say have a wonderful day. We will see you next week.
Sorry.